these tile sheets, there are 4 units or sheets in a pack, and they kind of have a sticky gel top. But with these tiles, the thing that I noticed when I laid it in the other section is it's important to see that they have this overlap area that's a little bit wider of a border than the others. So it doesn't really matter if you lay it this way, however you want to lay it, but you need to keep it in the same direction because that lettering doesn't go away. So then they'll be laying down and you're going to overlap the next section and line it up with that. And it's just easier to do this first and go on top of it than to try to backtrack your way. I learned that the hard way yesterday. So I think I'm going to start on this side and just work my way down and back over to the edge. All right, so now to put the tiles onto the backsplash, we will have one of our tile sheets, which is 4 rows of these gel tiles. Make sure that you have your overlap facing the right direction. I'm just going to have it going this way since that's the direction I'm going to be laying them down. So we want to start at the very edge, but you want to have it straight on the edge. So what I'm going to do is just go with the tile that is the farthest over and just do a straight line. But don't do your line on the front, flip it over and do it on the back side. So I have it here. And just use like a Sharpie, just a thin, fine tip, ultra fine point. You can use a pencil too, that would work. So I have my T-square here so that we'll do a nice 90-degree angle. And I draw my cut line. But when you do your cut with a utility knife, probably use an X-Acto knife also, use a metal ruler because this will give you a nice straight edge without accidentally gouging into your you want to take a chunk out of your ruler, and if you lay your ruler on the side that you don't want cut and your blade's cutting on the side that is waste, then if it goes off, it's not cutting into your finished product. It's just, you can just re-cut as needed. So just hold it down nice and firm. Pull my blade out and go along that edge. Now, for the surface that you're cutting on, this is just an old drawing board that I have that I always do my cuts on for like projects. But you can use any kind of masonite. You can probably use a few layers of cardboard, any hard surface that you don't mind getting marred because it will get cuts into it. So then that just pulled right off. I just cut it, moved it. Now we have a nice straight edge. And then we're going to stick that on the overlap side here. It's going to stick on going flush to this cut edge of tile and to the countertop. So to do that, it's just like a sticker. And you want to try not to touch the back side, because the more you touch it, the more fingerprints and skin cells that get on there, the less it will adhere. The adhesion to the backsplash won't be as good, as clean. So just hold the very edge down and over. Okay, push that. I was thinking as I was doing this, like I have a brayer from printmaking. It's just like a little rubber roller. I might run and get that. So I can push the surface. So see how I'm pulling the back as I'm pushing this onto the old tile. And that just goes on nice like that. And then our next piece, go the same direction, so the overlap side with the writing is on my left, and I'll just end up peeling this off on the back. backing and sticking this on here. But if you'll notice, I have an outlet to deal with. So how we're going to deal with that is that I'm going to line this up as if it was to be stuck on, right? So wherever this edge would line up, I'm going to lean it so it's flush against the backsplash. And I'm just going to take my pen and just line it. Wait a second. Okay, so take your ruler and just make a little mark. Oops. There it goes. To where that will come down. And then also, I'm going to mark where the will come up to. And I'm going to use my T-square because I want it to be straight. Do the lines. Now I need to measure how far up. All right. Here. All right. I'm marking that. So this will all be cut. We have a little rectangle cut out of there. And do that, and I'll hold it up, make sure it's pretty good. So when I cut this, you don't want to go past the corners, otherwise you're going to have a cut mark in your tile on the surface. So you have to be really careful to start and stop that vertical cut right where it needs to go. We can do a little shy if you need to. And then we'll do horizontal cuts, which this way is this is where it's really important that when you're doing the cut, that you protect the side that you're keeping. And so you cut. And you just pull this off. Okay, so a little bit, but it wasn't. There we go. So once it's cut, you just pull that part out. And then before I peel it and stick it, just keep getting little fiber bits on it. I'm just going to hold it up to double check and see. And if it's slightly, it's just like a hair, like maybe 1/8 of an inch off, which is fine because the cover and the outlet will cover that up, so it's not an issue. All right, I think we're ready to stick that one on. All right. We're going to overlap where it has a little overlap printed on it. There we go. So I'm just doing that so we can get the edge. Overlap. All right, so we lined up the edge here with the overlap, and we're just going to peel off the back as we go. Okay, push that on. All right, and just continue that across and up. And you'll have your backsplash. So stay tuned.